is enough, and we will not allow you to put some restriction, be it Iran, be it any other country, be it any other religion. We stand by ourselves and we live by ourselves. Otherwise, time may come that the entire world, even the thing that we will have to have our own government. We do not want to tolerate anymore, madam, this type of behavior, either by men or by the religion or by the government, whoever it is, whether it is Afghanistan or Iran or any other country for that matter. We as women unite together and say we will fight for ourselves. We will not care. We don't bother. They make any law, whatever you want to have, but we will not follow. We want to say goodbye to you people and your law. This is what we have to fight, madam. I somehow feel that men, I think they have become blind. Because the other day, the 2 days back, they were saying they want to participate in the Garba. They want their women to be under hijab, but they want to participate in Garba dance. Why they can't have that Independence Day? So they think that they can come and meddle with our women in this country. This is not cannot be tolerated under any circumstance. I think we must hold our own weapons. We must have our own Sena. We have to have our own soldiers to fight for the cause and say that we will fight for
Very true. Very true. Absolutely. And if I can also bring in Zeenat Shaukat Ali again, because Zeenat, fact remains that this is a hidden sentiment in women across the globe. They may or may not have had the courage to fight, but every woman does not want to be suppressed in the name of a veil. And the very fact that today we see women rise up, no matter where they come from, what culture they are from, and the kind of freedom they get, irrespective of that, they are speaking against the powerful, against the men, against the patriarchal society. But here Mandana Karimi putting up a lone fight there, when we know how Bollywood can stand up, knowing its responsibility, knowing the fact that their word matters, they could make an impression given the kind of following they have. This is as basic as it is. Why is Bollywood silent?
Well, that's really a $1 million question. I think each and every one of us who feels responsible for those 41 and odd deaths of those women who are dying, of those women who are asking, of those women who are asking, and this is a debate that has had an international, background for years and years. And the best part of it is that many Muslim countries themselves have, given women the freedom and to wear the veil and mandate, and none of the Muslim countries, they also have ulama, they also have religious leaders, mandate veiling except for 3 countries. One is Afghanistan, one is Iran, and one is the state of Aceh, which is in Indonesia. Except for these 3, veiling is not mandatory, and it is ulama, an ultra-conservative society like Saudi Arabia, where the very respected clergyman and Imam Abdullah ibn Mutlaq has clearly stated that abaya, what we call the hijab, is not compulsory. For women who want to wear it, they wear it. For women who don't want to wear it, the only thing is that we ask for you to be modest and to wear a decent dress. Now, this has come in from 2018-19, and even in a country like Saudi Arabia, which is advancing, and many parts of the world. If you look at Azerbaijan, if you look at Tunisia, if you look at Turkey, very slowly, there are certain buildings in which you cannot enter with a veil. There are certain government buildings, or institutions, educational institutions, or courts. Where you are, it is not, you're not allowed. It is banned in those certain areas. Whereas when you go to the mosque or you go to places where there is religious worship happening, then that is permissible. So the whole point is that, to make something mandatory and to oppress and suppress women in the name of religion is not hearing their voices. They constitute half the world's population. So almost half of the world's population. So the point is that how can one consider these such factors? And we are living now in the 22nd century, and I think the world must rise up and stand for those women. Of course, it is optional for those who wish to wear it. There is no saying that don't wear it. But for people who don't wish to wear it and who find it as as a mark of oppression, for them it becomes hazardous. You see. So, and I think it's time for cutting across the art world, the cultural world, the civil society. We have to stand for what we believe to be right.
Absolutely.
This is not a demand that you're making, which has
Dr. Zeenat, I also want to bring in Advaita Kala at this point, because Advaita, at one level, it is Bollywood saying that they represent the culture of India. They are the brand ambassadors through the stories that they tell to the globe, to the world across. And on the other, when it comes to really about setting an example this time, then why is it that the industry is quiet? Why is it that Mandana Karimi is having to fight this battle alone? And we are trying to get in touch with her, but it is really seeming like she is under pressure. Why isn't the rest of the industry joining her? Is it so important to maintain an image? And, this also raises the other question that if Bollywood is fighting, is it only about elevating their image and for personal gains? Is it not a fight for right and wrong that Bollywood must come forth for today?
I think it's extremely moving. I was just watching your video online where, she goes out onto the seafront and holds up that placard on her own, and young, ordinary people are joining her and standing with her. And I think there's something really powerful about that, because you're right. I mean, one would expect the industry to come out, an industry that is so visible, that is so vociferous on so many occasions, and is the first to take up a cause. Remember, they did that with that terrible, terrible case that took place in Jammu and Kashmir some years ago. You had them holding up placards and, proclaiming their support. I think for an incident like this, which is spreading across the globe, which is so powerful.
इस बीच पूजा अर्चना जारी है। प्रधानमंत्री पहले ही जैसे हमने बताया कि वे भगवान रघुनाथ का आशीर्वाद लेकर आए हैं। प्रधानमंत्री कुल्लू दशहरे को बहुत पुराने से जानते हैं, बहुत समय से वे इसको देखते आए। जब वे हिमाचल प्रदेश के प्रभारी थे, उन्होंने कुल्लू दशहरा कई बार देखा, लेकिन प्रधानमंत्री के तौर पर उनका यहाँ पहली बार आगमन हुआ। यही नहीं, पहली बार कोई प्रधानमंत्री कुल्लू दशहरे को देखने के लिए आया और इतने समय तक वे लोगों के बीच में है, देवी देवताओं के बीच में है और रघुनाथ जी की जो यात्रा है वो देखना चाहते हैं। वो चाहते हैं कि वे नज़ारा लें, जब यात्रा होगी वो उसको देखेंगे और उसके बाद वे वापस शायद लौट जाएंगे। देखिए, अभिवादन करते हुए प्रधानमंत्री और इंतजार करते हुए लोग भी रघुनाथ के साथ साथ, भगवान रघुनाथ के साथ साथ प्रधानमंत्री की ओर देखते हुए। हम अगर बीच में देखें तो देवी देवता जो हैं अपना आशीर्वाद कहीं ना कहीं खुशी से झूम रहे हैं। भगवान रघुनाथ से उनका मिलन है, तो बहुत ही खूबसूरत नज़ारा हम देख सकते हैं। परंपरागत वेशभूषा में काफ़ी सारे लोग, इस पूरे कुल्लू क्षेत्र के लोग जो हैं यहाँ पहुँचे हुए हैं। बहुत लंबा इतिहास है इस दशहरे का। कुल्लू जो दशहरा है उसका बहुत लंबा इतिहास है। 16वीं शताब्दी में जो अंतर्राष्ट्रीय कुल्लू दशहरा है वो शुरू हुआ और तब से ये परंपरा चली आ रही है। देखिए, बहुत ही खूबसूरत नज़ारा है।
जी बिल्कुल ठीक कहा आपने। 1605 से ये महोत्सव शुरू हुआ। प्रधानमंत्री दोनों हाथ जोड़कर लोगों का अभिवादन करते हुए, और एक अद्भुत नज़ारा है। चारों तरफ पारंपरिक वेशभूषा, देवी देवताओं का आशीर्वाद प्रधानमंत्री लेते हुए, साथ ही जनता का भी आशीर्वाद लेते हुए और लोगों का एक्साइटमेंट देखते ही बनता है, कितने खुश नजर आ रहे हैं लोग और सभी अपना फोन लेकर आए हैं, किसी तरह उनको प्रधानमंत्री की झलक मिले और वो अपने फोन में उसको कैद कर लें।
16वीं शताब्दी में जैसे मैं बता रही थी कि भगवान जगत ये जो पूरा का पूरा शुरू हुआ था, राजा जगत सिंह ने इसे शुरू किया था और तब से ये परंपरा चली है।
We're stepping into a very short commercial break, but we continue to get you these latest pictures from Kullu on the other side. Stay with Republic.
The world supermarket. The world is ours for the taking. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Rescue operations in Uttarkashi will resume today as massive avalanche hit the Dokriani Bamak Glacier. Meanwhile, a 5-member team of the SDRF and 3 instructors were dropped by helicopter at the glacier.
2021, the Indian economy was all geared up.
We are headed for greatness as a nation. We will be a superpower. If there's something that I want to see in our lifetime, it is to have our best living years as a citizen of a superpower.
Now there's a new goal, Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Amit Shinde versus Uddhav camp on the Sera rally. Maharashtra's Chief Minister Eknath Shinde will be holding a rally at the MMRDA ground while Uddhav Thackeray organizes the Sera event at Shivaji Park. The Telangana Rashtriya Samiti is likely to be renamed the Bharat Rashtriya Samiti as Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao preps for a national foray.
The world supermarket. The world is ours for the taking.
Very good afternoon and thank you for staying tuned. You're watching the news at 4 p.m. These pictures coming on the occasion of the Sera from Kullu, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi is attending this grand celebration. BJP's top leadership in Himachal Pradesh at this point, as not only Prime Minister kicking off the Himachal campaign, but youth celebrations on the occasion of the Shera in Kullu.
हम भगवान श्री रघुनाथ जी से, सभी देवी देवताओं से, परम पिता परमात्मा से ऐसी अरदास प्रार्थना करते हैं कि ये पल सभी के लिए सुख लेकर आए, सभी के लिए जीवन मंगलमय हो, हमारे देश की एकता और अखंडता बनी रहे, भारतवर्ष दिन दोगुनी रात चौगुनी तरक्की करे और हमारी ये मान्यताएं, ये देव परंपराएं, हमारी संस्कृति जो है वो इसी तरह से अक्षुण्ण बनी रहे। इस पावन वेला में यही मनोकामना है, यही अरदास है, यही प्रार्थना है और ऐसी ही प्रार्थनाओं को लिए हमारे देश के माननीय प्रधानमंत्री महोदय जी इस समय यहाँ उपस्थित है। माननीय महोदय, आप बार बार ऐसे ऐतिहासिक पलों के साक्षी बने और हम आपका आभार व्यक्त करते चले जाएं।
अनंत आभार आपका माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी। ऐतिहासिक रथ यात्रा में हजारों लोगों का यह जन सैलाब, लेकिन इसके बावजूद भी रथ यात्रा बहुत शांतिपूर्ण संपन्न होगी। बहुत उत्साह आप सब लोगों में माननीय प्रधानमंत्री के प्रति हम देख रहे हैं। ऐसा ऐतिहासिक रथ यात्रा के इतिहास में एक नया अध्याय आज जुड़ गया है, जब देश के प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी इस रथ यात्रा के साक्षी बने, पूजा अर्चना करके आशीर्वाद प्राप्त किया। अनंत आभार आपका माननीय प्रधानमंत्री महोदय।
ये ऐतिहासिक क्षण हमारे जीवन में बार बार आए। कुल्लू की जनता की ओर से माननीय प्रधानमंत्री महोदय जी का उनकी उपस्थिति के लिए, उनके स्नेह के लिए और कुल्लू के लिए उनकी प्रेम और करुणा के लिए सभी
All right, so you see these latest pictures coming in from Kullu, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi is present on the occasion of the Shera. We see the top leadership of the BJP kicking off the Himachal campaign on this very auspicious day, and in full fervor, massive celebrations on a big scale of the Shera, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi is present. And we cut to the headlines we're tracking at Prasar in Baramulla. Home Minister Amit Shah leads the way, refuses to use bulletproof equipment at rally.
के साथ कश्मीर के अंदर चुनाव करा दिए जाएंगे। आपके खुद के नुमाइंदे यहाँ पर शासन करेंगे।
Amit Shah sets a timeline for Jammu and Kashmir elections. Big fight erupts. Will they fight or will they back out?
चौथा मेडिकल डिवाइस पार्क कहां बन रहा है? ये चौथा मेडिकल डिवाइस पार्क कहां बन रहा है? आपके हिमाचल में बन रहा है।
Prime Minister Modi is in Himachal Pradesh inaugurating projects and celebrating Dussehra in Kullu. RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat breaks up population debate, says can't ignore religion-based population imbalance. TRS renamed Bharat Rashtra Samiti as KCR goes national now. And it is Uddhav's rally versus Shinde's rally in Mumbai. It is the biggest political face-off on the day of Dussehra. And we are cutting across to these latest details that are just coming in. Omar Abdullah, who's put out a tweet while he is responding to Home Minister Amit Shah. The tweet that is on your screens right now that reads, and I quote, "We are grateful to the Home Minister for challenging Dr. Farooq Saab to account for JKNC's contribution to the development of Jammu and Kashmir. As the list is rather exhaustive, please expect our response tomorrow." Yes, the Gupkar feeling completely rattled, Omar Abdullah has now put out a tweet in response to the statements that were made by Home Minister Amit Shah in his visit to Jammu and Kashmir. While he had asked the Gupkar to be accountable, Omar Abdullah has now put out this tweet responding to Amit Shah's statement, saying that they will certainly respond. And the tweet that exactly reads that thank you for challenging Dr. Farooq Abdullah to account for JKNC's contribution to the development of Jammu and Kashmir. He says the list is rather exhaustive. Please expect our response tomorrow. So we see that sense of sarcasm also trickling in through this tweet, but certainly how the Gupkar is feeling rattled. Zeenat is with me on the phone line. Zeenat, we are referring to this latest tweet by Omar Abdullah, which also gives a sense of what the Gupkar members are feeling. Finally, Omar Abdullah has put out this tweet saying that the NC will very much be accountable, and also praising themselves, saying that a lot that has been done by them for Jammu and Kashmir. They list that out for the Home Minister. All right, not too sure if Zeenat is still connected with us. We are trying to reconnect that line to also get a sense of the sentiment on the ground, and most importantly how the political circles are now working with knowing that the Home Minister is in Jammu and Kashmir, and the very initiative of the BJP when it comes to the development of the valley. Zeenat is back with me on the phone line. Zeenat, this particular tweet by Omar Abdullah not just is hinting at a sense of sarcasm or arrogance or being defensive as Omar Abdullah is being in this tweet, but the very fact that the Gupkar is certainly feeling rattled, because here is the BJP questioning on what they have done all these years in the valley, for the people, and Omar Abdullah says that he will respond.
See, this is a tweet that is coming from the J&K National Conference, where National Conference hits out at Home Minister Amit Shah. They are challenging Home Minister Amit Shah as far as the work done by the National Conference for Delhi.
That audio line is not very clear. We'll try and fix that line with Zeenat. But this is the all-out challenge, I wouldn't say, but the response that is coming in from Omar Abdullah, where he says that the NC will certainly show all that they have done for the development of Jammu and Kashmir. This after that full frontal attack by Home Minister Amit Shah, who is in the valley at this point. We also have Imran Nabidar, the spokesperson of NC, who's with us on the phone line. Imran, what exactly is Omar Abdullah meaning to say through this tweet?
I think it is pretty clear. The Home Minister has sought details about what Dr. Farooq Abdullah Saab has done over these years, and as a responsible opposition, it is our right to list out the achievements that have been completed during Dr. Farooq Saab's tenure, during Omar Abdullah's tenure, and that is what we have mentioned in the tweet. So we are compiling and we'll give it a detailed statement on what National Conference and its leaders have done over the past, whenever they were part of the government. So we'll give everything in detail, and they should also know, and people of the country should also know that what achievements have we achieved during Dr. Farooq Saab's tenure and Umar Saab's tenure. Because at the end of the day, rhetoric is something, but facts are something else. So we are trying to put out everything on black and white. Let people to decide who is right and who is wrong.
Absolutely, Imran, but certainly on the defensive, needless to say how the NC has been extremely critical of the initiatives taken by the government for the betterment of the valley, and especially after the abrogation of Article 370. But here is the Home Minister leading the way and showing that despite the security situation, he's not wearing his bulletproof equipment, because this is the government integrating with the people of the valley and putting out the sentiment of what the valley really wants, as opposed to how the political picture has been painted all these years. If the NC has now challenged the Home Minister on this and, displaying the kind of arrogance that is coming in through the tweet, will you also list out where all you have gone wrong?
First of all, I don't think there is any arrogance. I mean, if somebody asks a question, I think it is within our rights to respond to it. If you want to construe it as arrogance, then I cannot say anything about it. But if somebody is asking a question, and it is the Home Minister of India who is asking this question, that what has National Conference given to people of Jammu Kashmir, I think we have every right to respond. This is the Constitution gives us this right. So we have very politely, I don't understand why you want to call it arrogance. There is no arrogancy in it. I mean, we're just responding to what he has said, and we want to put in front of people of this country what is everything, the details that people of country need to know. Because
certainly, Imran, everyone is well within their right to respond, and political accountability is most important for the people to really know what their leaders are doing. Waiting for what the response is going to be like in the next 24 hours, tracking the story very closely. Imran Nabidar, I want to thank you for speaking to Republic at this point. And before we cut across to my colleague Gursimran, let's once again listen into that very statement by the Home Minister made at that rally that has now rattled the Gupkar League.
सबसे पहला काम मोदी जी ने गांव तक जमहूरियत को पहुंचाने का किया है। पहले कश्मीर के अंदर जमहूरियत की व्याख्या थी 3 परिवार, 87 विधायक और 6 सांसद, और आज मोदी जी ने 5 अगस्त के बाद जम्मू कश्मीर में जमहूरियत को जमीन तक, गांव तक पहुंचाने का काम किया है। 370 जाने के पहले 87 विधायक, 6 सांसद और 3 परिवार था। मुफ्ती परिवार, अब्दुल्ला परिवार और गांधी परिवार। और अब मोदी जी ने लोकतंत्र को गांव के पंच, सरपंच, बीडीसी और जिला पंचायत तक पहुंचाकर 30,000 लोगों को जोड़ने का काम किया है मित्रों, 30,000 लोग। महबूबा मुफ्ती जी का मैंने एक ट्वीट पढ़ा था कि ऐसे मां पा रहे हो, हिसाब देकर जाना कि क्या दिया है कश्मीर को। महबूबा जी, कान खोलकर सुन लीजिए, आंख खोलकर देख लीजिए, आप और फारूक साहब दोनों देख लीजिए, हमने क्या दिया इसका मैं हिसाब देता हूं, मगर 75 साल तक आपके 3 परिवारों ने यहां शासन किया, उन्होंने क्या दिया उसका हिसाब जरा बाद में करना। सबसे पहला काम मोदी जी ने गांव तक जमहूरियत को पहुंचाने का किया है। पहले कश्मीर के अंदर जमहूरियत की व्याख्या थी 3 परिवार, 87 विधायक और 6 सांसद, और आज मोदी जी ने 5 अगस्त के बाद जम्मू कश्मीर में जमहूरियत को जमीन तक, गांव तक पहुंचाने का काम किया है। और आज घाटी और जम्मू दोनों क्षेत्र में 30,000 से ज्यादा लोग पंचायत, तहसील पंचायत और
And Gursimran is now joining us live on the broadcast. Gursimran, well, NC is posing that they have taken Amit Shah's challenge and they will certainly be accountable for all that the NC has done for the valley in all these decades. But the very fact that with the kind of reform that the BJP is bringing about in Jammu and Kashmir, and certainly what the top leadership has done after the abrogation of Article 370, right from day one, the Abdullahs and the Muftis have always claimed like it is their territory and never allowed it to integrate with the rest of the country. Here the BJP is not just bringing about development but also ensuring that, they bring everyone together. And here is the NC now coming forth after none of the other political tactics have worked.
See, now the political parties, especially the Kashmir-based political parties that has been on the target of the Bharatiya Janata Party post-abrogation of Article 370 for their no contribution towards the development but entire contribution towards the deteriorating situation of the Jammu and Kashmir. They have now seems to come for their rescue, and they are saying that what we have done for the people of Jammu and Kashmir was the best, and we are holding accountable. We are accountable for what we have done. Now the National Conference Vice President Umar Abdullah has also come out with a tweet wherein he has somehow indirectly or indirectly has questioned the Union Home Minister Amit Shah over the claims of Pulwama attack, and has said that if the Gupkar gang was responsible for the same, then why were they called for the all-party meeting by the Prime Minister of the country, Narendra Modi? So all in all, gimmicks being played by the Kashmir-based political parties. They are somehow trying to divert from the issue. The main thing that the Union Home Minister Amit Shah has said, that we have brought about development in Jammu and Kashmir, and the things on ground have changed. See, the data and the facts speaks of themselves. There has been a visible decline in the terror incidents. There have been 0 stone pelting incidents, almost 0 post abrogation of Article 370 and 35 alpha, and that has been possible due to the change in the policy that has taken place during the current regime at the union government. So this has to be accepted, but now despite the fact that the reality is happening and the change is there on ground, the Kashmir-based political parties, be it National Conference or the People's Democratic Party, they are resorting to targeting the Union Home Minister by saying that if we were responsible, then why were we invited for the all-party meeting, and so on.
Absolutely, Gursimran. In fact, which is why I've been wanting to trace this back to how the Gupkar has been reacting, planning, and what exactly are their political moves ever since they have learned of the Home Minister's visit to Jammu and Kashmir.
All right, viewers, we are reporting live from Shivaji Park. This is where the Uddhav Thackeray faction rally will take place. I'll ask my camera person Surendra Ji to show us the entire ground. Shivaji Park. This is Shivaji Park, the largest park in Mumbai. And as you can see, viewers, a lot of people have gathered. Slowly they're gathering. Some sloganeering is also happening right now. You can hear them sloganeering at this point of time. Saffron flags, saffron flags. A sea of saffron flags, viewers, everywhere that you look at this point of time. Well, you can see the numbers gathering by the hour. Now the event will take place after 6 p.m. 7 p.m. approximately. Uddhav Thackeray will be speaking. And many more people are coming right now from that side. As you can see, let's try to get a word from them. They are also sloganeering. Uddhav Thackeray, क्या मैसेज है आपके लिए? उद्धव ठाकरे ने क्या मैसेज है?
उद्धव ठाकरे
मैसेज क्या है?
उद्धव ठाकरे साहब के लिए यही मैसेज है कि हम सब महाराष्ट्र के लोग उनके साथ हैं और उद्धव जी ठाकरे जो 40 लोग छोड़ के गए उनको, वो खुददार है। खुददार लोग शिवसेना के सब यहाँ पर है। ये जो भी देख रहे हैं ये खुद के पैसों से लोग आए हुए हैं, खुद के साथ रोटी और कपड़ा लेकर आए हुए लोग हैं। ये इनको तोड़ नहीं सकते। बीजेपी के लिए मेरा भी एक कहना है कि महाराष्ट्र और मराठी मानुस इतना इजीली टूटेगा नहीं, इतना इजीली टूटेगा नहीं। आप मराठी लोगों में झगड़ा लगाने का कोशिश कर रहे हो। मैं प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी जी और अमित शाह जी को कहना चाहता हूं, महाराष्ट्र का मराठी आदमी, महाराष्ट्र का मराठा ना झुकेगा, ना झुकेगा।
All right, so as you can clearly hear that a lot of people are gathering right now at this point of time. It's very, very noisy here, so it's difficult to understand what. I'll just move to a little quieter place. Now, the thing is, viewers, that this is a mega rally, so it's basically Shiv Sena versus Shiv Sena. That is what this is all is about. The other rally of the Shiv Sena, which is led by the Eknath Shinde faction, will be taking place at BKC Maidan. That's where it will be taking place. And a lot of expectations will be in terms of announcements. Now, from Eknath Shinde's side, where my colleague is also reporting from, what we can expect is that Eknath Shinde might be talking about how the Uddhav Thackeray camp has moved away from the Hindutva ideology, and also the entire fight also will be on who is the one that gets to carry on the legacy of Bal Thackeray. All these points will be in fact something that we have to look out for, because both the leaders, Uddhav Thackeray and Eknath Shinde, will be speaking later on this evening. So it's going to be a mega rally, that too on Dussehra. So it's going to be very big. As you can see, the crowd is gathering slowly. They are chanting slogans ever since we have been here. And yeah, so they're chanting slogans, viewers. And also, let's talk a little bit about how we got to this. A lot of fight has happened in terms of legal battle for us to get here at this point. We are talking about
what had happened earlier was that Uddhav Thackeray and the Eknath Shinde faction, they had gone to USC for permission to take out the Dussehra rally at Shivaji Park. That didn't happen, so the Thackeray faction again went to the Bombay High Court. They got a green signature from the Bombay High Court, and that's how this rally is taking place. And also a fight for to show the strength that each faction has. All right, I'm being joined by Anisha. Anisha is at the BKC Maidan where Eknath Shinde will be holding that rally. He also has a point to prove in terms of numbers. Anisha, what is happening where you are? How much crowd has gathered, and what can we expect as the hours roll on and the crowd begins to the speech of both the leaders?
From MMRDA ground in BKC, and let me first show you the visuals of the people who have been gathered here. This is all the Shiv Sainik who has gathered here. So we are not really been allowed to go to that side. But yes, the important. We can see here that the people who have been gathered, all the Shiv Sena, because this is something of fight for the real Shiv Sena. From the beginning, we have been witnessing the teaser that has been released we even saw that there was a teaser that was released, whether by Uddhav Thackeray camp or whether from the Eknath Shinde camp. Clearly, they have been asking to all the real Shiv Sainik to come to the same ground. This is the MMRDA ground where the people have been gathered here in large number. Of course, there are some of the chairs with the people. They have been completely supporting Eknath Shinde, and it's been going since months. Importantly, if we talk about the significance of this Dasera Melawa, it has all been started from 30th October 1966, where the first Shiv Sena founder Bayasaheb Thackeray has shed a dice in Shivaji Park and organized a Dasera rally for the Maharashtrians, for the Mumbaikars and for the Marathi people, for their identity and for the justice of the people of the Maharashtrians. But since then, it's a legacy. It's been 56 years where the Dasera Melawa is going. But what is interesting to see at this point of time, because there are two videos, two Dasera rally, which is organized, one by Uddhav Thackeray and one is the Eknath Shinde. We know that there was also a fight for the Shiv Tirtha, that is Shivaji Park, but of course there was a legal battle which happened where the Uddhav Thackeray camp has went to the Bombay High Court to get a permission to organize a Dasera rally in a Shivaji Park, after which Bombay High Court has given a green signal to Uddhav Thackeray to organize. But there was another place, that is a MMRDA ground in BKC. If you can see the intensity of the place here, because all the Shiv Senas have already been gathered, there are the flags, and this is across the city. We saw there was a hoarding, there was a board of Eknath Shinde and his minister, Shiv Sena minister, which is placed across BKC. So this is the visuals that we have been seeing, the intensity of this BKC ground, the claim that has already been made. We even talked to some of the Shiv Sena minister who clearly mentioned that this is a place, this is a rally of the legacy of Bayasaheb Thackeray and the thinking of Anand Dige, which continues, which has to be continued by the Shiv Sena, because Maharashtra is something, the mandate that was given to Bharatiya Janata Party and Shiv Sena, which has actually not really cared about, and this is where the sentiments come, because mandate given by the people of Maharashtra is to the BJP Shiv Sena, after which there was a Mahavikas Aghadi by Uddhav Thackeray, and Uddhav Thackeray was the chief minister. But we saw how did the last from the last 2 to 3 months, because it's been 100 days, it's going to be in 100 days of Eknath Shinde and the BJP government. But it's very important to see what exactly the picture is going to be say in the coming days, because in any time from now is what we have been told that Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde is going to address the rally. If my camera person Samir can show you the visuals from in and around of the stage as well, because there are the ministers who have been continuously set, and the stage is all set for Chief Minister Eknath Shinde to address the public rally in BKC, and it's very important. And at a certain point we are going to see an Uddhav Thackeray who is going to address a rally in Shivaji Park, but here will be a Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde who is going to address Dasera rally in MMRDA account BKC. Continuously rolling on this big story. We'll be back after a short break. Stay tuned.
Amit Shinde versus Uddhav camp on the Dasera rally. Maharashtra's Chief Minister Eknath Shinde will be holding a rally at the MMRDA ground, while Uddhav Thackeray organizes his Dasera event at Shivaji Park. The Telangana Rashtriya Samiti is likely to be renamed the Bharat Rashtriya Samiti as Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao preps for a national foray.
The world supermarket. The world is ours for the taking. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Rescue operations in Uttarkashi will resume today as massive avalanche hit the Dokriani Bamak Glacier. Meanwhile, a 5-member team of the SDRF and 3 instructors were dropped by helicopter at the glacier.
2021, the Indian economy was all geared up.
We are headed for greatness as a nation. We will be a superpower. If there's something that I want to see in our lifetime, it is to have our best living years as a citizen of a superpower.
Now there's a new goal, Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Amit Shinde versus Uddhav camp on the Sahara rally. Maharashtra's Chief Minister Eknath Shinde will be holding a rally at the MMRDA ground while Uddhav Thackeray organizes his Dussehra event at Shivaji Park. The Telangana Rashtriya Samiti is likely to be renamed the Bharat Rashtriya Samiti as Telangana.
And on to the headlines at 4:30 in Baramulla. Home Minister Amit Shah leads the way, refuses to use bulletproof equipment at rally.
पूरी पारदर्शिता के साथ कश्मीर के अंदर चुनाव करा दिए जाएंगे। आपके खुद के चुने हुए नुमाइंदे यहाँ पर शासन करेंगे।
Amit Shah sets a timeline for Jammu and Kashmir elections. Big fight erupts. Will they fight or will they back out?
मेडिकल डिवाइस पार्क कहां बन रहा है? ये चौथा मेडिकल डिवाइस पार्क कहां बन रहा है? आपके हिमाचल में बन रहा है।
Prime Minister Modi is in Himachal Pradesh inaugurating projects and celebrating Dussehra in Kullu. RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat rakes up the population debate, says cannot ignore religion-based population imbalance. TRS renamed Bharat Rashtriya Samiti after KCR goes national. It is Uddhav versus Shinde camp now in Mumbai. It is the biggest political face-off on the Dussehra. And we are cutting across to pictures of Prime Minister Modi as PM Modi made an impromptu decision to go till the Rath of Bhagwan Shri Raghunath Ji and took Bhagwan Shri Raghunath Ji's blessings. The chief deity of this region and is widely revered. This, as soon as he came to the Rath, there was great fervor all around, and the level of excitement that was witnessed on the occasion of the Dussehra. First pictures of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is attending the Dussehra celebration in Kullu, and these are pictures from the Shri Raghunath Ji temple, where Prime Minister made an impromptu decision to go till the Rath of Bhagwan Shri Raghunath Ji and take the deity's blessings. A deity hugely followed, widely revered, and this was an impromptu decision by the Prime Minister as soon as he came to the Rath. So much fervor that was witnessed around.
Well, that's a Dussehra rally which has been organized, one by Uddhav Thackeray. It's in Shivaji Park. It's a Shiv Tirtha where he fought actually a battle with the Bombay High Court, where he filed an application before the Bombay High Court seeking permission to organize a Dussehra rally in Shivaji Park, and Bombay High Court has already given a permission. But I am been reporting from MMRDA ground BKC, where you can see a large numbers of Shiv Sainik which has gathered here in MMRDA ground, where the Chief Minister, Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde is going to address the the Dasera rally this evening. And here are the large number of people who have gathered, because we know the teaser that has been released, whether from Chief Minister Eknath Shinde faction or whether it is from Uddhav Thackeray faction. They clearly mentioning from both the side that whoever the real Shiv Sena is should come to whether to the Shivaji Park or whether to the MMRDA ground. But what has been expected in the claim that has been made by Uddhav Thackeray and Eknath Shinde camp that clearly mentions that it is something a real Shiv Sainik which has to be here and looking after the law and order. Here we can see the police officials, senior police officials who have reached to the spot looking into the situation. Here we can see the visuals of a joint CP Law and Order Vishwas Nagare Patil, who has been taking a stock, and even earlier we talked to him and he has given an adequate number of police officials and personnel who has already been deployed for the law and order situation. But on the other hand, I will request my video journalist Samit to show you the visuals of the backside, even to the large numbers where the entire ground has been covered up by the Shiv Sena. So this was the only thing which was made a claim by Eknath Shinde camp, clearly saying that this is an ideology of Bhai Thackeray, an ideology of Anand Hige. Because if we talk about the significance of this Dasera rally which has started back then, which was 56 years ago by Bhai Thackeray, the Shiv Sena founder, on 30th October 1966. That was the Bhai Thackeray who has started with the Dasera rally. The 4 months after the foundation, the beginning of the Shiv Sena, and right after that it is the legacy of Bhai Thackeray. It's been 56 years where the Dasera rally has been continuously ongoing. But this time it's something very different. The different what we are facing, because since after Bhai Thackeray, it was Uddhav Thackeray who was organizing the rally in Shivaji Park in the Shiv Tirth. But also this time when there is a faction, there is both factions, whether a split within the Shiv Sena. One is the Uddhav Thackeray camp and other we are saying Eknath Shinde camp, the faction. But moreover, there was also a fight for the Shivaji Park, because the significance of the Dasera rally, the legacy of Bhai Thackeray, which was continuously ongoing in the Shiv Tirth, that is Shivaji Park, where both the application that has been given from both the faction. But citing law and order at first, where the BMC has rejected both the application, and after which there was an application that was filed by Uddhav Thackeray camp before the Bombay High Court seeking permission. The assurance has already been given to the court, clearly mentioning there will be no situation of law and order, after which Bombay High Court has granted the permission to Uddhav Thackeray camp. But now there was also a safer side application that was given to MMRDA for this same BKC ground. But today is something very important, and what we have been witnessing after 56 years, there are two Dasera rally organized by Shiv Sena, and this is nothing but for the identification of the real Shiv Sena. Because we know at a certain point where the Supreme Court has clearly given a heads up to the ECI to take a decision over the symbol. But now who is the real Shiv Sena is something is going to be the strength of the people of the Shiv Sena, what we have been showing you right now from the MMRDA ground. And also we showed our viewers the visuals of Shivaji Park, where my colleague Shivangi has been reporting from. So even we saw that the visuals from the Uddhav Thackeray camp fraction. Also, there was also a blame game. Of course, we heard clearly whether from the Uddhav Thackeray, from the Eknath Shinde faction, mentioning that they are going to get not the real Shiv Sainik, but the people from the NCP and the Congress, because NCP and Congress has actually showed their support, extended their support to Uddhav Thackeray for the Dasera rally. But what we have been witnessing, there is the flag all around which is being placed here. Not only this, but the entire BKC. If we move around, and if my video journalist can show you all the visuals of the banner that has also been placed across the BKC of Eknath Shinde, who is the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, and the other Shiv Sena cabinet ministers, their banners has also been placed all across. What we witness in the stage, if we can show you the visuals of the stage. Once I'll just show you the stage, which was also showing the visuals of Sanjay Raut, who is being arrested by Enforcement Directorate. So this is something very significant to see what exactly the nature, the atmosphere, and what will be the exact speaker. So also, as we are showing the visuals from MMRDA ground, I'll also go to my colleague Shivangi. Okay, so before going to my colleague Shivangi, who is in Shivaji Park, will show you the teaser and then come back to the Shivangi, who is reporting from Shivaji Park.
we are live and breaking right now, and like Alisha is at BKC Maidan where she got us all the updates. I'm at Shivaji Park. This is Shivaji Park. I just want my camera person to pan around and show you. This is the amount of crowd which is gathered so far. Uddhav Thackeray faction rally is happening here. It will happen in a couple of hours right now. And this is Shivaji Park, the same place where Bal Thackeray gave his fiery speeches for years and years and years. Shivaji Park, the iconic Shivaji Park. Now remember that Uddhav Thackeray wanted to hold the Dussehra rally here. They went to BMC, then that was rejected, and they went to Bombay High Court with a green signal given to the Uddhav Thackeray camp. And now we are here today where this big rally will take place. It's a mega rally for the first time in 56 years, viewers. For the first time in 56 years, two Shiv Sena factions will be holding two different rallies in two different locations. So one Shivaji Park, other one BKC ground. Just have a look at the other side. This is a very big ground, like we told you, the largest ground in Mumbai. There are many people chanting, raising slogans here. Saffron flags as far as the eye can see. People gathering here. The numbers are increasing for the past few hours since we have been here, and a lot of slogans being raised. All the Uddhav Thackeray supporters have come over here. In fact, even women are turning up in some numbers to support Uddhav Thackeray. So this is what we are reporting. A lot of fervor so far, but of course we have to wait and watch what will happen in the evening, because again, the entire question is that who will carry out Bal Thackeray's legacy? Who will that be? The big fight is happening already between Shiv Sena, Uddhav faction, the Shiv Sena Eknath Shinde faction, that who will carry the legacy of Bal Thackeray, who has been giving speeches after speeches here, Shivaji Park, every Dussehra. So this is very, very significant. I'll ask my camera person to pan and show you around while I speak about how we came to this moment. Like I said, there was a legal battle which took place before we came to this moment. A lot of slogan reading is happening right now. Now, what can we expect next? So, we can expect some big announcements to be made as well tonight. And one thing is for sure, it's very likely that Eknath Shinde will be speaking about how Uddhav Thackeray has moved away from the Hindutva ideology. He also might attack Uddhav Thackeray about how he joined the NDA government with Congress and NCP, which was not the original plan. So many, many big announcements and many, war of words expected tonight. And we are live and breaking, and we'll continue doing so. It's a top story today. Don't go anywhere. Taking a short break. Much more coming up on the other side. Stay tuned.
2021, the Indian economy was all geared up.
We are headed for greatness as a nation. We will be a superpower. If there's something that I want to see in our lifetime, it is to have our best living years as a citizen of a superpower.
Now there's a new goal, Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Amit Shinde versus Uddhav camp on the Dussehra rally. Maharashtra's Chief Minister Eknath Shinde will be holding a rally at the MMRDA ground while Uddhav Thackeray organizes his Dussehra event at Shivaji Park. The Telangana Rashtriya Samiti is likely to be renamed the Bharat Rashtriya Samiti as Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao preps for a national foray.
The world supermarket. The world is ours for the taking. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Rescue operations in Uttarkashi will resume today as massive avalanche hit the Dokriani Bamak Glacier. Meanwhile, a 5-member team of the SDRF and 3 instructors were dropped by helicopter at the glacier.
2021, the Indian economy was all geared up.
We are headed for greatness as a nation. We will be a superpower. If there's something that I want to see in
And we are now cutting across to this latest video of Iranian actor Mandana Karimi, who is fighting a lone battle when it comes to the hijab controversy and the anti-hijab movement that has even touched down in Mumbai. The Iranian actor who is protesting against the hijab, which is now a global movement, unstoppable. With every passing day, more and more women coming out in full force, raising their voice against wearing the hijab. Let's take a look at this video. So you see the Iranian artist who is protesting alone in Mumbai, and while she fights this lone battle, the question of Bollywood the silence of Bollywood that many are questioning today. Why is it that Bollywood does not come out in full force for when it comes to atrocities against women across the globe, fighting the regressive practice of wearing the hijab? And we see some very telling pictures and videos emerging from several parts of the globe. At this time, when the movement is becoming unstoppable, Iranian artist protesting alone in Mumbai against wearing the hijab. Rahul Ishwar is with me on the phone line. Rahul Ishwar, the question being asked today, as this video emerges from Mumbai, of an Iranian artist who is fighting this lone battle against the hijab, why is it that Bollywood is silent? We see them holding placards, we see them active on social media. Is it always about a PR exercise? Or is it about really fighting for a real cause?
Google campaign performance social media.
Alright, we are trying to get more voices on this. The latest pictures and videos that have emerged. This is in Mumbai of an Iranian artist protesting alone against the hijab at a time when the anti-hijab movement is getting bigger by the day. And no matter what walk of life, what culture, what age group, women from every strata are emerging, every sphere are coming out stronger, no matter what the boundaries, what the limitations may be. They are fighting against this practice of wearing the hijab. A woman must be allowed the very basic right to dress up the way she wishes to, and that is what women across the globe are now saying. Why such impositions by the society? You see that Iranian artist who is holding that placard. Rahul Ishwar, I'm being told you're connected with us. If you can hear me, your response today to why this is a lone battle for this woman.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. 2 points. First of all, wholehearted assistance and support to a courageous woman who is fighting for the dignity of women and who has had the audacity and courage to raise such a great point. And, Mandana Karimi deserves all the respect and support from us. What is happening in Iraq is painful and shocking. People may differ in their choices, but suppression, and even UN went on to say that nearly 50 plus killings has happened because of the protest. That's absolutely painful. We share a civilizational bond with Iran for the past 5,000 years. And Iran is a nation which is very close to us. But unfortunately, over the past 30 to 40 years, the hardline conservatives led by the 1979 revolution has seized power and imposed some very bad and harsh restrictions. It is one thing to take upon hijab by oneself and impose others. But as we all know, the girl was killed there, which really led to protest. And I hope Bollywood will rise up too. Bollywood has also always been championing the cause of the downtrodden, of the marginalized. And we have seen great protests from Bollywood for, the 7-year-old girl who was raped in Kathua. So similarly, I hope Bollywood and the women in Bollywood will stand because this concerns directly to them, their dress code, their dignity, their freedom. So I hope our staff in Bollywood will rise to the occasion, support Mandana Karimi and also support this protest that is being led by her in this occasion.
Absolutely. Rahul Ishwar, many thanks for speaking to Republic. We'll continue to get you more voices. On that note, it's time for us to slip into a very short commercial break. A quick check of what's lined up on the other side, tracking every movement of the Home Minister who's leading the way in the valley. In Baramulla, he refused to use a bulletproof jacket and any related equipment at the rally.
कैंपेन में नई रजिस्ट्रेशंस के तहत जम्मू कश्मीर
Rescue operations in Uttarkashi will resume today as massive avalanche hit the Dokriani Bamak Glacier. Meanwhile, a 5-member team of the SDRF and 3 instructors were dropped by helicopter at the glacier.
2021, the Indian economy was all geared up.
We are headed for greatness as a nation. We will be a superpower. If there's something that I want to see in our lifetime, it is to have our best living years as a citizen of a superpower.
Now there's a new goal, Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Amit Shinde versus Uddhav camp on the Saira rally. Maharashtra's Chief Minister Eknath Shinde will be holding a rally at the MMRDA ground while Uddhav Thackeray organizes the Saira event at Shivaji Park. The Telangana Rashtriya Samiti is likely to be renamed the Bharat Rashtriya Samiti as Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao preps for a national foray.
The world supermarket. World is ours for the taking. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network.
गुजारिश है आदरणीय केंद्रीय गृह एवं सहकारिता मंत्री से तो अपने कार्यक्रमों से एक कंपेंडियम का विमोचन करें जो कि सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स का कंपेंडियम है। पूरे विश्व की आबादी के लिए तरक्की के नए लक्ष्य जो तय किए गए हैं उसमें जम्मू कश्मीर कहाँ ठहरता है हमारे देश में, उसका एक ब्यौरा है इस कंपेंडियम में। सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स का कंपेंडियम जिसके आदरणीय केंद्रीय गृह एवं सहकारिता मंत्री अपने कार्यक्रमों से विमोचित कर रहे हैं।
With that, we slip into a very short commercial break, getting you the very latest on the Home Minister's visit in Srinagar on the other side as we track the story very closely. Stay with us.
Amit Shinde versus Uddhav camp on the Saira rally. Maharashtra's Chief Minister Eknath Shinde will be holding a rally at the MMRDA ground while Uddhav Thackeray organizes the Saira event at Shivaji Park. The Telangana Rashtriya Samiti is likely to be renamed the Bharat Rashtriya Samiti as Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao preps for a national foray.
The world supermarket. The world is ours for the taking. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Rescue operations in Uttarkashi will resume today as massive avalanche hit the Dokriani Bamak Glacier. Meanwhile, a 5-member team of the SDRF and 3 instructors were dropped by helicopter at the glacier.
2021, the Indian economy was all geared up.
We are headed for greatness as a nation. We will be a superpower. If there's something that I want to see in our lifetime, it is to have our best living years as a citizen of a superpower.
Now there's a new goal, Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Amit Shinde versus Uddhav camp on the Saira rally. Maharashtra's Chief Minister Eknath Shinde will be holding a rally at the MMRDA ground while Uddhav Thackeray organizes the Saira.
All right, in Baramulla, Home Minister Shah leads the way, refuses to use bulletproof equipment at the rally.
पूरी पारदर्शिता के साथ कश्मीर के अंदर चुनाव करा दिए जाएंगे। आपके खुद के चुने हुए नुमाइंदे यहाँ पर शासन करेंगे।
Shah sets a timeline for Jammu and Kashmir elections. Big fight erupts. Will they fight or will they back out?
चौथा मेडिकल डिवाइस पार्क कहां बन रहा है? ये चौथा मेडिकल डिवाइस पार्क कहां बन रहा है? आपके हिमाचल में बन रहा है।
Karthik, मुझे is in Himachal Pradesh, inaugurates projects and celebrates Dashara in Kullu. RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat rakes up population debate, says can't ignore religion-based population imbalance. TRS renamed as Bharat Rashtra Samiti as KCR goes national now. It's Uddhav's rally versus Shinde's in Mumbai, biggest political showdown this Dussehra between the two Senas. In a big statement, RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat has called for a comprehensive population policy that would be applicable to all. He spoke about the population imbalance, its concerns, and let's listen into him.
समग्र विचार करना चाहिए और ये भी हम देखते हैं कि जनसंख्या में प्रमाण का भी संतुलन चाहिए। हम भुगते हैं, जनसंख्या का असंतुलन हुआ तो 50 साल पहले उसके गंभीर परिणामों को हमने भुगता, और केवल हमारा ऐसा हुआ ऐसा नहीं, आज की तारीख में पूर्व तिमोर नाम का एक नया देश बना, दक्षिण सूडान नाम का नया देश बना, कोसोवो बना। जनसंख्या में पंथ संप्रदाय के प्रमाण में अंतर आने से नए देश बन गए, देश टूट गए। यह असंतुलन जन्मदर एक
Development coming in. There has been a blast in Kabul at a mosque in the vicinity of heavily fortified Interior Ministry compound. That's been confirmed by the ministry spokesman as well. We are getting first pictures, and these are pictures at the blast site, which is now under a security cover. The blast took place a while back, and this occurred at a mosque near the Ministry of Interior, and this has been attributed to Abdul Nafai Thakur, the spokesman of the Ministry of Interior, who has confirmed it. Remember, Kabul is, as of now, under the control of Taliban, though the government is not recognized. We have seen a spate of blasts taking place. Just 3 days back, there was a blast at a school which led to the death of 18 students at an educational institution. And now a blast taking place very close to the Interior Ministry, in fact inside a mosque, and that's something which makes one wonder who's doing this. It's a declared Islamic emirate. Taliban is ruling it, and in a Muslim majority nation, who would be targeting a mosque? And that's something which makes one wonder whether the move from the earlier government to the Taliban regime has helped Kabul, have helped Afghans in any manner. Blasted a Kabul mosque in the vicinity of the heavily fortified Interior Ministry compound taking place. We have those two pictures. One is of security that has moved in, and the other one just after the blast. And this is the central district of Kabul, and Abdul Nafi Thakur, the spokesman of the Ministry of Interior, confirms the occurrence of an explosion in the mosque near the ministry. And this is a second blast that has taken place in last 72 hours. In fact, the blast that took place at the educational institution led to the death of 18 students. And reports coming in fact, suggest that 25 are injured, and that's these are early estimates. As of now, we don't have any information whether there have been deaths as well, but 25 injured. That's what we are getting to hear from sources. In fact, now confirmation coming in that 3 have in fact died in the blast. More pictures are there, and clearly indicate towards hand of somebody who wanted to really cause maximum mayhem. This blast taking place in Kabul, and this is a Hazara Shia community. The mosque belonged to the Hazara Shia community. That's where the blast has taken place, and we'll get you more pictures and more information as the situation develops. But what is important is that a blast has been reported inside a mosque near the Ministry of Interior in Kabul, and it has been confirmed by the spokesperson of the ministry, Abdul Nafai Thakur, and 25 are injured, 3 confirmed dead. There could be more casualties. In fact, the number of those dead is increasing as we speak. Reports attributing to CNN suggest that a suicide bomb attack has been confirmed. Okay, let's go to Ankit. He's reporting from our Mumbai newsroom. Ankit, over to you. What more information are you gathering from social media and other sources, agencies, as to what led to this blast? Was it a suicide bombing? How many dead? How many injured? If you can update viewers on that.
Well, Abhishek, from what the Interior Ministry of Afghanistan is saying, this is a blast that took place very near to its own compound, and it is a compound that was frequently visited by the employees and personnel at the Interior Ministry. So far, according to the news reports emanating out of Afghanistan, the country's Taliban government says that there have been 25 people who are injured and there have been 3 fatalities so far. So that is the number that exists even until this point. Once again, I'd just like to reiterate that it is the Interior Ministry of Afghanistan which is issuing this information, and the Interior Ministry of Afghanistan that is the closest to this mosque that has come under this suicide attack. The spokesperson, Abdul Nafi Thakur, who is a Interior Ministry spokesperson, has confirmed the explosion in a mosque near the ministry itself, and he says that this was a heavily fortified compound very close to the premises of the government. It also occurred at a place where a number of the employees and visitors used to offer prayers very frequently, which is why there is a suspicion, Abhishek, that this is an attack that has targeted the Taliban government over there. We have seen in the last few weeks a number of attacks take place at various mosques. Mosques appear to be a target of those attacking the Taliban as well. In this case, preliminary reports telling us at this moment that it was a suicide attack that had taken place. The motive is as yet unknown, but certainly because of the proximity to the mosque in question, the government of the Taliban there appears to be awake to this, and it is close by. So we are getting the preliminary statements. A probe has been initiated into this, is what we are being told.
Also, Ankit, I can see, and we can see a lot of security arrangements already in place, a huge number of bunkered vehicles there in the pictures. If you're getting more information on that front, whether any VIP has been targeted because it was close to the Ministry of Interior, and you said that those who were working at the Ministry of Interior used to frequent the mosque.
There are no reports of whether or not it was directed at anyone in particular at the moment, but there are a number of vehicles that are evident from the visuals of the mosque. It also looks like an area that is not surrounded by too many tall buildings, at least from the narrow angle that we can tell, and it looks very much like a kind of area that may have previously been occupied by the US troops, the kind that you see with low walls and heavy fortifications. So that is essentially the location in which this has taken place, but we'll have to await to find out more details of why it was this mosque that was targeted, and what are also the reactions of the Taliban government in question, how quickly they have responded, what is the state of the investigation, and also most importantly, what are the true figures of the casualties involved, Abhishek.
Yeah, in fact, early reports suggest, Ankit, that 25 are injured, 3 are already dead. The number could increase. And we have seen just about 3 days back, there was a targeting of an educational institution where 18 students lost their life and many others were injured. I believe 50 plus were injured. This clearly seems to be the handiwork of those who do not want stability to return to Afghanistan, you know, irrespective of whether the Taliban is in power or the earlier democratic government that was in power. These bombings, these suicide bombings, these terror attacks just do not die down in Kabul.
Most certainly not. It's been over a year, and the latest information that has been coming in has been about the Taliban hitting out in many cases against Pakistan, and Pakistan hitting back in turn, and the kind of statements that India frequently makes at various international forums about how Pakistan should not allow its soil to be used for terror activities are now being spoken by Pakistan against Afghanistan and vice versa. So clearly there is no hint of stability in the region simply because the Taliban has now taken over.
All right, let's go to our reporter from Kabul. If we can get some updates from him. If you can tell us what is the situation on the ground, how many injured? Early reports suggest 25 were injured and 3 dead. And was this mosque targeted for any specific reason? Is it a Hazara mosque, Shia mosque? That's why it was targeted? All right. Yeah, I think you're getting me our reporter.
1, 2, 3, sound check. Can you hear me?
Tell us. Yes, I can hear you. Please tell us, update us on what's the situation on the ground. How many injured? How many dead? Why was this mosque targeted?
Ministry of Afghanistan. Jason.
Ahangaran, he's our correspondent for Iran and Afghanistan. He joins us over the phone. Falad, if you can tell us.
This incident has taken place in the Interior Ministry of Afghanistan, and the blast has taken place in a mosque in the Interior Ministry, in which, according to the reports, 3 people were killed and 25 others were injured. Up to now, there is no confirmation about the identity of the victims of this incident. And at the meantime, it's stated that this mosque is located in the Interior Ministry. Meanwhile, Abdul Nafi Thakur, the spokesperson of Interior Ministry, somehow has confirmed the incident, but he has stated that the mosque was outside of the Interior Ministry, and the main victims were the people who were have came to the Interior Ministry for their daily works. So they were public. At the meantime, there are some other unconfirmed news that one of deputy ministers of Interior Ministry has been killed during this incident.
One, Falad, you're saying that there is likelihood of a minister having been killed in the blast, which means the Ministry of Interior, their officers, and in fact the minister was the target, and who he could have been killed. A deputy minister could have been killed. Falad did not get the question. I'll ask again. Falad, you were just mentioning that reports suggest that among those dead, there could be a deputy minister of the Taliban regime in Kabul.
Should I speak?
All right, I'll go back to Ankit, in fact, in the newsroom. And Ankit, Falad was just suggesting that it's likely that one of those dead could be a deputy minister of the Taliban regime belonging to the Ministry of Interior, and the blast in fact has taken place in a mosque which was close by. Are you picking up some information on that, whether this can be confirmed that this has happened, because the blast has happened in the police district 15, and I know it's the most VIP police district in Kabul. That's also very close to the diplomatic enclave, the Shah-e-Nau, and Interior Ministry's spokesperson Abdul Nafi Thakur has confirmed the blast. But are you picking up anything which suggests that a high-value Taliban leader could have been the target?
Not at this moment, Abhishek, apart from what we've just been told, the hint we've been given that perhaps there could have been. There doesn't appear to be anything official at the moment from all the sources that we have. One thing that they are, like you're saying, also confirming is that not only was this mosque in the proximity of the Interior Ministry, many people are referring to it as the Interior Ministry Mosque as well. So there is more than just a geographic link between the two, and also it appears to have more of an affiliation as well. So that's something that we'll have to wait to see. For the moment, from whatever reports I'm reading and getting, the number of casualties appears to be between 25 to 26 injured and 3 fatalities. That's what at this moment the Afghan media is also reporting. Like you said, it is at the PD 15 locality, and the Afghan Interior Ministry's spokesperson Abdul Nafi Thakur is seized of the incident and he has announced that an investigation has been initiated, but we don't know if there was any high value target at this moment just yet.
All right, Ankit, we have to stay on this story. Falad Ahangaran, our correspondent for Iran and Afghanistan, was just suggesting that there is likelihood of a deputy minister of Taliban regime in the Ministry of Interior having lost his life, and as of now the report suggesting that 25 are injured, 3 are dead. This has happened in a mosque very close to the Ministry of Interior, which you suggested, Ankit, that it could in fact be inside the ministry, and that this has happened in the police district 15, which is a heavily guarded area of Kabul. It is close to the in fact, part of it is in the diplomatic enclave, and it just indicates that nothing is secure in Kabul, in fact. Reports also suggest that many of the Taliban leaders or those associated with Taliban were there inside the mosque when the suicide bombing has happened. In all likelihood, it's a case of suicide bombing, given the kind of numbers that are affected. And the mosque was used by visitors and sometimes by the Interior Ministry employees as well. And this was Wednesday afternoon, the third prayer of the day. And it's likely that many of those dead could be belonging to the ministry, in the sense they might have been visitors to the ministry for some sarkari work, or they could have been actually working there. Kabul's we are getting latest updates, and in this one, there is an attack that has taken place inside the mosque, and we are as yet awaiting more details to come out of this. Blast has hit Kabul mosque vicinity of the interior, in the vicinity of the Interior Ministry. And we are trying to gather more information. The breaking news development is there. Eyewitnesses say that the number of those injured and dead could be more. These are again reports being attributed to online platforms and social media, and it is in fact now being suggested that a high value target could have been eliminated so far as these terrorists go. Let's go to Sher Shah. He is reporting from Kabul for us, the only channel which is getting you ground updates. Sher Shah, aapko agar meri awaaz aa rahi hai, if you are hearing me, please tell us what's the situation on the ground. We cannot make much out of the pictures. How serious or severe was the blast, and were there any high value targets? Reports suggest that a deputy minister of the Ministry of Interior of the Taliban regime could have been killed. All right, I think there is some network issue, but we are continuing to bring to you up to date with this blast that has taken place when congregational prayers were going on and inside the mosque. This is in Police District 15, very close to the Interior Ministry. The Interior Ministry, those visiting the ministry and those working there very regularly use the mosque, and eyewitnesses' accounts say that there were some Taliban leaders also inside the mosque when the blast has happened. That's going to be significant. This is the information that we have as of now. And on that note, as and when develop and we get more information, we'll bring to you. But let's have a look at stories from across the country in a top wrap. Telangana Chief Minister and TRS Chief K. Chandrasekhar Rao announced a change in the name of his national party as the Bharata Rashtra Samiti. JDS Chief H.D. Kumaraswamy was present at the announcement of the name of the party. Large crowd gathered at Kullu as Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited the town to attend the Dussehra festival. The festival holds special significance as at least 300 deities from the valley arrive at Kullu at the Raghunath Temple and are then placed at the Dhalpur ground where the festival is held. Prime Minister inaugurated the AIIMS at Bilaspur, talking about the difficulties faced in order for the hospital to be developed.
छोटा सा राज्य है, लेकिन ये वीरों की धरती है और इसलिए चौथा मेडिकल डिवाइस पार्क कहां बन रहा है? ये चौथा मेडिकल डिवाइस पार्क कहां बन रहा है? आपके हिमाचल में बन रहा है। दुनिया भर के बड़े बड़े लोग यहां आएंगे।
Speaking at a rally in Baramulla, Home Minister Amit Shah spoke about ending terror in the Union Territory, further stating how he would talk to the youth of Jammu and Kashmir rather than Pakistan.
कि पाकिस्तान से बातचीत करो। मुझे सलाह देते, इन्होंने 70 साल तक यहाँ राज किया, वो लोग सलाह देते हैं पाकिस्तान से बात करो। मेरा स्पष्ट मत है, मैं पाकिस्तान से बात करना नहीं चाहता। मेरे बारामूला के गुर्जर पहाड़ी और बकरवाल भाई हो गए। मैं कश्मीर के युवाओं को बात करता।
Alleging that the BJP was running a proxy rule in Jammu and Kashmir, AAP leader Harshdev Singh asked for the exact dates for elections in the Union Territory. All right, let's go to Mumbai, where two rallies are taking place. One at the BKC MMRDA grounds and the other at Shivaji Maidan. This one seems to be at the BKC. And one is, of course, by Eknath Shinde's Sena, for Eknath Shinde, and the other is by Uddhav Thackeray's Shiv Sena, for Uddhav Thackeray. It was customary for Balasaheb Thackeray, the founder, patriarch of Shiv Sena, to address every year the Dussehra rally. And now with the split in the party, even the event has got split. In fact, earlier Shinde camp thought that they could hold their Dussehra Mela at the Shivaji Maidan itself, but after the court intervention, two separate venues were decided upon. Let's go to Alisha. She's there on the ground reporting for us. Alisha, please tell us, there has been a setback to Uddhav Thackeray already with 2 of his MPs and 5 MLAs. More of them joining Eknath Shinde on the day of Dussehra. What is expected from the addresses, respectively, of Uddhav Thackeray and Eknath Shinde?
Every year we see that the Dasera Melawa, which has been going since the 56 years. First, I'll request my video journalist to show you the visuals in and around where I am reporting from. I'm reporting from MRDA ground in BKC.
Reporting from MRDA ground in BKC, where the Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde is going to address a rally on the day of Dasera. So what I was really telling that it's very interesting to see, because every year we heard after Bala Thackeray, it was Uddhav Thackeray who has been questioning and making an attack on the other opposition party. But this year it will be the Shiv Sena versus Shiv Sena, that is Uddhav Thackeray versus Eknath Shinde camp. So this time it will be the question of the Hindutva, because that is where the teaser that has come out, whether from the Eknath Shinde camp or whether from the Uddhav Thackeray camp, they have been clearly mentioning the real Shiv Sainik. And that is where all the people you have been seeing here has been called off, clearly mentioning that they are the real Shiv Sainik who is going to come here at the MMRDA ground. So here's the large amount of crowd which can be witnessed here in MMRDA ground, and in some time from now, where we know that Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde is going to address the rally, and of course there would be the question of a real Shiv Sena, and of course there will be an attack that will be going to be made by Eknath Shinde over the Hindutva, because it's been now 100 days of this government, the new formation of government of Eknath Shinde and the Bharatiya Janata Party, clearly mentioning that Eknath Shinde left Mahavikas Aghadi just because that was something, a legacy of Bala Thackeray, the legacy of Hindutva, which they need to carry over the mandate that has been given in 2019. So I am showing you the visuals of MMRDA ground, where in some time from now, where Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde is going to address a rally. Continuously rolling on this big story. We'll be back after a short break. Stay tuned.
2021, the Indian economy was all geared up.
We are headed for greatness as a nation. We will be a superpower. If there's something that I want to see in our lifetime, it is to have our best living years as a citizen of a superpower.
Now there's a new goal, Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Amit Shinde versus Uddhav camp on the Sera rally. Maharashtra's Chief Minister Eknath Shinde will be holding a rally at the MMRDA ground, while Uddhav Thackeray organizes the Sera event at Shivaji Park. The Telangana Rashtriya Samiti is likely to be renamed the Bharat Rashtriya Samiti as Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao preps for a national foray.
The world supermarket. The world is ours for the taking. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Rescue operations in Uttarkashi will resume today as massive avalanche hit the Dokriani Bamak Glacier. Meanwhile, a 5-member team of the SDRF and 3 instructors were dropped by helicopter at the glacier.
2021, the Indian economy was all geared up.
We are headed for greatness as a nation.
Nice weather. Get on the bobber. 42 bobber. Why do they call it a bobber? But does it matter? What matters is where are those birds off to? Southern hemisphere. Left. Right. Airplane mode. Rocket mode. 100. 110. Gravel ahead. Hill ahead. Up the hill road. Down a rabbit hole. Take the first exit. Have second thoughts? Take a chance. Worth it. Totally worth it.
All right, in a big statement, RSS chief, no, this is In Baramulla, Home Minister Amit Shah leads the way, refuses to use bulletproof equipment at the rally. Shah sets a timeline for Jammu and Kashmir elections. Big fight erupts. Will they fight or will they back out?
मेडिकल डिवाइस पार्क कहां बन रहा है? ये चौथा मेडिकल डिवाइस पार्क कहां बन रहा है? आपके हिमाचल में बन रहा है.
Prime Minister Modi is in Himachal Pradesh, inaugurates projects and celebrates Dussehra in Kullu.
जनसंख्या में प्रमाण का भी संतुलन चाहिए.
RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat rakes up population debate yet again, says can't ignore religion-based population imbalance. TRS renamed as Bharat Rashtra Samiti as KCR goes national now. It's Uddhav rally versus Shinde's in Mumbai, biggest political showdown this Dussehra. In a big statement that would lead to a debate, RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat has called for a comprehensive population policy that would be applicable to all. He spoke about the population imbalance and the concerns rising due to the population imbalance. Let's listen into what he said in his Dussehra speech.
समग्र विचार करना चाहिए और ये भी हम देखते हैं कि जनसंख्या में प्रमाण का भी संतुलन चाहिए. हम भुगते हैं. जनसंख्या का असंतुलन हुआ तो 50 साल पहले उसके गंभीर परिणामों को हमने भुगता. और केवल हमारा ऐसा हुआ ऐसा नहीं, आज की तारीख में पूर्व तिमोर नाम का एक नया देश बना, दक्षिण सूडान नाम का नया देश बना, कोसोवो बना. जनसंख्या में पंथ संप्रदाय के प्रमाण में अंतर आने से नए देश बन गए, देश टूट गए. यह असंतुलन जन्मदर एक भाग है उसका, लेकिन जोर जबरदस्ती या छल कपट से, लालच से मतांतरण, ये सबसे बड़ा फैक्टर है. और जहां सीमा पार से घुसपैठ होती है वहां घुसपैठ से भी ये होता है. उस संतुलन का भी ध्यान रखना देश हित की दृष्टि से अनिवार्य बात है. और इसलिए जनसंख्या की एक समग्र नीति बने, वो सब पर समान रूप से लागू हो. एक बार बनने के बाद किसी को छूट न मिले और समाज इसको स्वीकार कर ले, इसलिए उसके लिए मन बनाकर उसको लाया जाए, इसकी आवश्यकता है.
शायद आपको एहसास होगा कि आप अब तक जो करते रहे हैं या बोलते रहे हैं वो गांधी के हिंदू धर्म के समक्ष ठहरता नहीं है, क्योंकि गांधी का हिंदू धर्म हिंदुत्व से मीलों दूर है, बल्कि ये कहूं हजारों मील दूर है. अगर आपके पास सॉल्यूशन नहीं है तो सीधे तौर पे कहिए कि हमसे नहीं संभल पा रहा, लोग विकल्प ढूंढ लेंगे. लेकिन ये डॉग विसिल पॉलिटिक्स करके, रेटोरिक पैदा करके आप लोगों को गुमराह नहीं कर सकते. सरकार बिना आवरण के है इन मुद्दों पर. उसे आवरण चाहिए, और आवरण रेटोरिक से नहीं आएगा, रियलिटी से आएगा.
I think the basic question here is, what is the RSS definition or the RSS chief's definition of what is evil and what is good? As far as India is concerned, such concepts are being turned on their head. Because the question is, what is the definition? What is the state policy? What is the government approach to understanding this concept of good and evil? Are you...
All right, a breaking news development coming in, and we're back to the Maharashtra story. At least 5 Shiv Sena MLAs and 2 Sena MPs belonging to the Uddhav camp are likely to cross over and join Eknath Shinde camp today during the Dasara rally. This is going to happen just a while from now. Let's go to Alisha. She's reporting live. Alisha, big setback to Uddhav Thackeray with 5 MLAs and 2 MPs from his camp likely to cross over and move to the Shinde group at the Dasara rally.
Well, yes, Abhishek, what we know from our sources that there are 5 Shiv Sena MLA and 2 MPs from the Uddhav Thackeray camp are likely to join Eknath Shinde camp here in Dasera rally, and which is where first I've been showing you the visuals from MMRDA ground in BKC, where Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde is going to address the Dasera rally in short while from now. But the reason to delay over the rally is what we have been told, because there is some of the talk that has been ongoing, because this is something, a claim that has also been made by Eknath Shinde camp, that there are 5 MLAs and 2 MPs from Uddhav Thackeray camp are going to join, likely to join Eknath Shinde camp. They are going to extend the support to Eknath Shinde today in a Dasera rally. As we know that this Dasera rally is something of very significance. It's been going since 56 years. On 30th October 1966, it was Babasaheb Thackeray, the founder of Shiv Sena, who started with the Dasera rally in Shiv Tirth, that is Shivaji Park in Dadar. But this time, it is something very different and very significant to know, because at this point of time, the Shiv Sena is also organizing a Dasera rally, but at a 2 places. At a certain, where in Shivaji Park, Uddhav Thackeray is going to address a rally. On the other hand, there is Eknath Shinde who is going to address a rally, but also, more importantly, it will be very interesting to see who are the 5 MLAs or 2 MPs who are likely to join Eknath Shinde camp, which is why there is some of the delay in the while Eknath Shinde is going to address. I'll also request my video journalist Samir to show you the visuals in and around of MMRDA ground, where the numbers of Shiv Sainik who has gathered here. We even know the teaser that has been released, whether from the Uddhav Thackeray camp and also from the Eknath Shinde camp, clearly mentioning whoever is the real Shiv Sainik should come to the respective place. We even know at a certain where Uddhav Thackeray camp has been releasing teaser clearly calling the Eknath Shinde camp as a traitor. But on the other hand, what Eknath Shinde has been claiming since the last 100 years, because we know now they are going to complete 100 years of government of Eknath Shinde and Bharatiya Janata Party. There will be an almost 100 days that is going to be completed. But what has been mentioned, clearly saying that they have been doing this, they did this, they split from Mahavikas Aghadi just to continue the legacy of Babasaheb Thackeray.
Right, the rival groups trying to claim the legacy of Babasaheb Thackeray. Alisha, also if you can tell us what is expected from the speeches. How is Eknath Shinde, for example, since you are at the MMRDA grounds, going to claim Babasaheb's legacy and differentiate himself from what Uddhav might be saying at Shivaji Maidan almost at the same time? All right, Kishori Pednekar is joining us over the phone. Former mayor of Mumbai, belong to the Uddhav Thackeray camp. And welcome, Kishori ji. If you can tell us, 5 MLAs and 2 Shiv Sena MPs belonging to the Uddhav Thackeray camp are going to cross over to the Eknath Shinde group. What does this really mean for Uddhav Thackeray now? I think we dropped it there, but we'll try to connect again with Kishori Pednekar. Alisha, coming back to you. On the face of it, it's a big setback. 5 more MLAs and 2 MPs crossing over to Eknath Shinde group from the Uddhav Thackeray camp. This really, sort of, on the face of it, makes everyone believe that it takes the wind out of the sails of Uddhav Thackeray just ahead of what just ahead of his Dasara speech, where he could have, claimed victimhood, he could have claimed Bala Saheb's legacy, but ultimately, it seems that most of the Shiv Senics continue to see reason in Eknath Shinde's rebellion. I mean, that's the reason why 5 MLAs and 2 members of parliament are moving or crossing over to Eknath Shinde. You think that Uddhav Thackeray, who has always been on a very sticky wicket when it comes to this rebellion, finds himself even more cornered today, just ahead of his very important speech?
Well, yes, Abhishek, it's indeed something a setback if 5 MLAs and 2 MPs are from his camp, that is Uddhav Thackeray camp, if they join Eknath Shinde. Because it's not only the legacy which they have been taking forward and clearly claiming that, whether it is Uddhav Thackeray who has been claiming that they are the real Shiv Sena, whereas here comes the Eknath Shinde clearly saying that the mandate that was given by the people of Maharashtra in back 2019 is to the BJP and to Shiv Sena, which is where they have violated the mandate of the people, which is why they have taken another step and they split from the main Shiv Sena, where at the first we know that there were 20 MLAs who went to the Surat and later to Guwahati, but all around we know that there are Eknath Shinde who has 40 MLAs with him. But yes, this is something a setback for the Uddhav Thackeray. It will come across when the ECI is going to hear the matter, because the case which was pending with the Supreme Court has already delivered its order, clearly mentioning that the ECI is going to decide over the symbol, and the symbols will only come after the MLAs, the MP, the corporators of one party or one faction has, and that is when the Eknath has been very much confident about, clearly claiming that he has multiple corporation, municipal corporation who have been joining. So even this visuals that we have been showing you and continuously showing you the visuals from MMRDA, this clearly shows the mandate of the people, and the offers, the teaser that has been made by Eknath Shinde, clearly requesting that the people of Maharashtra, saying that if you are the real Chief Senic, then come to the MMRDA. And the picture says it all. We even know that it is somewhere the people who have been also waiting right outside the MMRDA ground, they are also waiting for Eknath Shinde to address the rally. But the significant and the most awaited Eknath Shinde speech, which is going to be happened, but ahead of that, what we have been told and the claim that has been made by Eknath Shinde camp, saying that there are 5 MLAs and 2 MPs from Uddhav Thackeray camp in the name of Hindutva and the respect of the mandate that was given by the people of Maharashtra, they are going to join Eknath Shinde camp.
All right, thanks Alisha for the time being, but we'll keep coming back to you. The rallies are still to take place, the speeches still to be made, and those going to be very important for Maharashtra politics. We have to take a short break on that note, but Alisha, stay there. We would be right back.
A collision of multiple vehicles took place at the Bandra Worli ceiling in Mumbai. The accident led to at least 5 people dead after 13 people were reported injured at the time of the incident. 2 accidents took place at the site, where an ambulance along with a car parked at the site of a previous accident were rammed into by another by speeding vehicle. The vehicle that arrived at the spot rammed into at least 3 vehicles. 8 people are currently undergoing treatment following the accident. Meanwhile, PM Narendra Modi expressed his condolences following the accident, wishing those who were injured a speedy recovery. The road from Bandra to Worli was closed down following the accident as a result. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Rescue operations in Uttarkashi will resume today as massive avalanche hit the Dokriani Bamak Glacier. Meanwhile, a 5-member team of the SDRF and 3 instructors were dropped by helicopter at the glacier.
2021, the Indian economy was all geared up.
We are headed for greatness as a nation. We will be a superpower. If there's something that I want to see in our lifetime, it is to have our best living years as a citizen of a superpower.
Now there's a new goal, Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Amit Shinde versus Uddhav camp on the Saira rally. Maharashtra's Chief Minister Eknath Shinde will be holding a rally at the MMRDA ground.
RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat called for a comprehensive policy on population, saying that it should be applied equally to all. He said that while population imbalance leads to changes in geographical boundaries, population control and religion-based population balance can't be ignored.
जनसंख्या की एक समग्र नीति बने, वो सब पर समान रूप से लागू हो, एक बार बनने के बाद किसी को छूट न मिले और समाज इसको स्वीकार कर ले, इसलिए उसके लिए मन बनाकर उसको लाया जाए, इसकी आवश्यकता है।
AIMIM Chief Asaduddin Owaisi has accused RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat of fear-mongering over population imbalance in his latest speech. Owaisi said that fear-mongering over population imbalance has resulted in genocide, ethnic cleansing and hate crimes across the world. He said if Hindus and Muslims have same DNA, then where's the imbalance? Adding that there is no need for population control. Inaugurating the AIIMS hospital in Bilaspur in Himachal Pradesh, Prime Minister Modi said that in 8 years, the double-engine government has helped the state scale new heights of development, and today it has an IIT, an IIM and a central university. In a major announcement at a public rally in Baramulla, Union Home Minister Amit Shah has said that as soon as the work of compiling the voters list is completed, elections will be held in J&K with full transparency.
दिलाना चाहता हूं कि जैसे ही चुनाव आयोग का मतदाता सूची बनाने का काम समाप्त हो जाएगा, पूरी पारदर्शिता के साथ कश्मीर के अंदर चुनाव करा दिए जाएंगे। आपके खुद के चुने हुए नुमाइंदे यहां पर शासन करेंगे।
Taking on the Gupkar alliance, Union Home Minister Amit Shah said that while the Gupkar model gave people the Pulwama attack, the Modi model set up a hospital worth rupees 2,000 crores in Pulwama. He added while the Gupkar model is for stones in hands, closed colleges and machine guns in youth's hands, the Modi model is implementing rupees 56,000 crores investment on the ground.
70 साल तक ये तीन परिवारों ने शासन किया। कितना इन्वेस्टमेंट आया जम्मू कश्मीर में, कितनी इंडस्ट्री आई, कितने कल कारखाने लगे, कितने युवाओं को रोजगारी मिली। 70 साल के अंदर सिर्फ 15,000 करोड़ का इन्वेस्टमेंट आया और मोदी जी ने ये 3 साल में 56,000 करोड़ का इन्वेस्टमेंट आज जम्मू कश्मीर में आने का काम किया है।
Amit Shah's election challenge rattles Gupkar gang. Now on the defensive, Omar Abdullah says he will show the record tomorrow, while asking why were they invited to Delhi. With an eye on 2024 elections, Telangana's KCR launches national party the Bharat Rashtra Samiti, seeking to expand its electoral footprint beyond the state of Telangana. The ruling TRS changed its name to BRS now after it was passed in the party's general body meeting in Hyderabad. An Indian Army pilot lost his life in a cheetah helicopter crash near Tawang area of Arunachal Pradesh this morning. Pilot Lieutenant Colonel Saurabh Yadav, who was critically injured, succumbed to his injuries during the treatment, while the second pilot is under medical attention. A court of inquiry has been ordered by the Army to ascertain the cause of the crash. taking a dig at the Shiv Sena chief Uddhav Thackeray, who has claimed that he, being the son of party founder Bala Saheb Thackeray, is the true inheritor of his legacy. Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde put out a tweet with a quote of noted writer Harivansh Rai Bachchan stating, "My son, being a son, will not be my heir. Whoever will be my heir will be my son." An explosion hit a mosque near the Taliban's Interior Ministry headquarters in Kabul in Afghanistan. The latest attack comes days after a suicide bombing at a Kabul education center that killed up to 52 people. Taliban says the mosque was used by visitors and sometimes by Interior Ministry employees as well. All right, coming up on the other side, Amit Shah, the Union Home Minister, is in the valley, now in Srinagar, offering prayers at a Gurudwara. These are pictures coming in live from Srinagar Gurudwara, where Union Home Minister Amit Shah spent some time along with Lieutenant Governor Jammu and Kashmir, Manoj Sinha. And he would be back in Delhi after this. A short break on that note.
The world supermarket. The world is ours for the taking. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Rescue operations in Uttarkashi will resume today as massive avalanche hit the Dokriani Bamak Glacier. Meanwhile, a 5-member team of the SDRF and 3 instructors were dropped by helicopter at the glacier.